guys. So I finally did it. I made my official, unofficial things that are going to be hard, but things that I will most definitely get done. RV repair, replace, renew list. Now, I don't have an actual plan in place for how this is going to go. Kind of going to just wing it. Mostly because the one thing that I've learned, especially over the last year, is that life never goes according to plan. But the one semi-planned thought I did have was to just share a simple vlog every Sunday talking about how the past week went and what my thought process looks like for the week ahead. Mostly because not only do I absolutely intend to get all of these things done, which, by the way, is a pretty big list now that I'm looking at it in all its glory, but I also intend to get them all done by the end of the year. And since I don't know exactly when you guys are watching this, that means that as of today, I have about 3 months to make some sort of fantastical magic happen. I am going to share every single step of this journey with all of you for 2 reasons. One, to hold myself accountable and actually get it all done. And 2, to hopefully encourage all of you to really step out of your comfort zones and try new things, even if they don't end up working out like you think. I mean, the odds of them actually working out are actually pretty low. But when they do, it's amazing. I may not have an actual written plan, but I do have a goal, which is to turn this rig into a functional and fabulous home on wheels, and then sell it to someone wanting to start or continue their chapter of adventure. And honestly, given the amount of slackness I've seen and lived of the RV manufacturers and the lack of actual home design considerations that I'm seeing, it's my hope that I can create a world where the manufacturers just, take notice and maybe make some changes and realize that full-time RV living can not only be fraught with way less challenges, but it can also be comfortable and pretty. So I have my list for my current rig broken down into 4 categories. 1, issues and must fixes. 2, decorative upgrades and want fixes. 3, organization. And 4, all the extras that I want to add to give the new owners a special, unique feeling of home. So now let's walk through this list together. I'm not going to go into extreme detail with absolutely everything because this video would end up being like 5 hours long, but I will expand on some items. So let's start with the first category, the issues that I found and the things that I think definitely need to be fixed. They're both interior and exterior fixes on this part of the list. The interior fixes on this part of the list are the cabinets above the sofa. Obviously, they fell down. I really didn't have a whole lot of stuff up there, but having said that, this is the back of the trailer. So it's the part that feels the most bumps going down the road. And on every road that I've been on, it's like pothole city. It's kind of like a roller coaster back here. You feel all the feels in the very back of that train, just like in a fifth wheel. My first thought for these remaining cabinets was to just reinforce them, close the sides, and put a shelf in the middle. Kind of rethinking that now. Like maybe just take down the last 2 cabinets and put one long shelf in place of all the cabinets and add some storage like baskets and definitely some way more comfortable lighting underneath, because the puck lights that come in these trailers, they really suck. They're way too bright and they're basically just obnoxious. I've never even actually used them. Second thing on this part of the list is the LED lighting. This trailer did not come with any, but I love it. Not only does it add ambiance, but it is also bright enough to light up the entire trailer without having to have all of these ceiling lights on. The problem that I'm having is that this set is the 4th set that I've put up. And as you can see from that pink, like non-matching part of the strip, the wires get crossed over time. And sometimes a short amount of time. And the colors just do their own thing. It's so annoying. Plus, I'd really like to put them behind some sort of molding so you don't actually see the strip. Third thing on this list is to secure the molding. Some of it is just randomly falling down. I fixed some here and there, but I need to check all of it. Number 4 is to hook up the water in the fridge for obvious reasons. Plus, there's a gap at the top that I need to address for energy efficiency reasons. Number 5 is to install a whole house water filter system. I currently am using those exterior hose filters that screw onto the hose and the faucet. But when I'm somewhere cold, those things break super easily. So an internal whole house system is definitely more ideal. And number 6, this one is going to be a big project for sure. The shower floor. Well, the shower in general. I won't know until I rip the floor out exactly what's going on, but I do know that the water is not draining towards the drain. As you can see, it puddles in spots and now has stained the floor. Plus, these panels on the walls, what even are they? They're coming off, and it's super hard to clean in this area because the moisture gets up under them. I have no idea what went on during this initial installation, but somebody obviously was not thinking clearly during the process. Or maybe they thought nobody would notice, or maybe they thought nobody would actually shower in there. I don't know. Number 7, my dresser. The frame itself is nice and in really great shape. The depth and the width of the overall piece is perfect. And when I close this slide, my bed sits right up against it. The problem is the drawers totally suck. The bottoms fell out of all the big ones, and they barely sit properly on the tracks. I'm thinking that I just need to rebuild all the drawers and install new tracks, but we'll see when I get to it. Number 8, the last interior must fix are the lights above my bed. While I was filling all the holes to keep the critters out, I'm pretty sure I over gap filled the wires for those lights and caused them to stop working. But they're like the puck lights in the other rooms anyway. They're way too bright. They're not on a switch near the door, and they're basically just terrible. So I'm going to replace them with dimmable, way cuter lights that can be controlled with a remote that I actually hang near the door. I do have a few exterior fixes that are on my must fix list. One is to apply a new coat of liquid rubber on the roof, which is necessary after being under pine trees. Well, any trees actually. Number 2 is to replace all the locks on all the exterior doors because the locks the manufacturers use are generic and they're super easy to get into. Number 3, I need to replace or repair, not sure yet, the front door, which I accidentally backed into with my tailgate down. But hey, it's been a learning process. Cut me some slack. Number 4, I am going to install an automatic propane tank switch. I have no idea why that is not something manufacturers automatically include, because it will automatically switch from the empty tank to the full tank. So that's the must fix list. And now on to the second category, which is the decorative upgrades and fixes that I want to do, but I don't necessarily have to. These are just interior fixes and upgrades. Number 1, the curtains and the window valances. I like having the curtains on the big windows versus the valances and the blackout roller shades that come with the trailer, because the curtains add like a homey feeling. And these curtains that I have actually are blackout energy efficient curtains. And they really do make a huge difference when I'm somewhere when it's really cold outside or really hot outside. I do need to fix the long rod on this window because it's a little falling down. But what I'm planning on doing is to cut all the curtains to the same length and cover the inside of these particular curtains with a super cute fabric and create some sort of artwork on the outside part so that when I close them, they look pretty on the inside and they show something super cool and unexpected on the outside. I'm really excited about this project. Number 2 on this list, I am going to install wallpaper on this back wall and the side wall of this slide, and then paint the rest of the walls in a light color. Not sure what color that is yet, but I'll figure that out. Number 3, I'm going to open the side tables next to the sofa because it's literally just wasted space in there. The only thing in them are wires for the outlets. I'm going to make tops that either slide or that lift up. So the space inside is actually accessible and usable. I mean, one thing that we can never have enough of in an RV is storage space. Speaking of wasted storage space, number 4, this next project is definitely going to test me, but I really think it's going to make a huge difference. The TV fireplace area, well, first of all the space under the TV and behind this 3-inch deep electric fireplace is completely wasted and inaccessible unless I pull out the fireplace, which I'm not going to do every time I need to get back there. And second of all, the TV swings out on a mount, but not super easily, which makes the space behind it weird and awkward to access. My plan is to make one tall door that the TV and the fireplace are installed on that actually swings open like a door. Duh. I'll hang shelves on the inside from the top to the bottom for all kinds of storage space. I love building things, so this one is going to be super fun, and it's going to allow me to get a little bit creative. It's definitely going to be challenging, but I know it's going to be worth it. Number 5, I want to change out this backsplash and install it on the side of the pantry and the side of the fridge wall as well, because, well, the splatters from the stove, they reach all sides of this area. Number 6, I want to create some sort of built-in storage system on the front and the sides of the island. I want it to be functional, but I also want it to be aesthetically pleasing. So that's going to take a little bit of a thought. Number 7, moving into the bunk room. I'm going to cover the front of the curtains in here as well. I'm going to wallpaper the window wall and paint the rest of the walls. Number 8, I am going to open up the stairs, which again, just wasted space underneath. It's literally right next to the front door. It's the perfect place to slide shoes under and out of the way. And it really just seems like a no-brainer. I mean, why didn't they do that? Number 9, in my bedroom, I am going to add curtains to the big window and do the same as in the main living area, fabric front and art on the outside, which will coordinate with the other curtains on this side of my trailer. It's going to look so cool. I'm so excited. Number 10, I am also going to cover the valances in my bedroom and add a small shelf above each one for nighttime storage things like the TV remote or chapstick or whatever. Number 11, I am also going to paint all the walls in there and out in the hallway as well. Okay, let's move on to my third category, organization. This category is not just about getting this particular rig organized. It's kind of also a way to find new, easy ways to organize any rig, inside and out. Number 1, I will go through every single cabinet and create some sort of functional tactics to not only be organized in general, but to also make travel day easier. So basically, I won't have to do anything in the cabinets to pack up and head out or unpack again once I get there. Number 2, this next one might be more for me, but I think that I might help those of you working on trimming down to move into an RV kind of get a better grasp on that aspect, because I already did it once. But as you can see, I really do need to do a thorough clutter cleanse again. I'm a collector, for lack of a better way to say it. And it's super easy for me to get carried away. I don't use this top bunk for guests. I mean, it's way too small and super hard to get up there if you're taller than 3 feet. I use it as storage. I'd really love to maybe hear thoughts on this one. Should I turn it back into a bunk or make it into a functional storage space? Number 3, the last 2 places inside are my closet and under my bed. Both are actually really big spaces, but they really do need some sort of functional organization tactics to make them way easier and way more convenient to use. Number 4, which is outside. And as far as outside goes, basically, I'm going to focus on the basement area. It needs to be easier to access all parts of it rather than just pushing stuff around to get to what I need. And finally, the last category, which is the stuff I really want to do to create a uniquely fabulous home for the new owners. Number 1, I am going to install a combo washer and dryer in the tall closet in my bedroom because laundromats are just way too expensive and sometimes super inconvenient, kind of like the gizmo. Number 2, I will replace all the furniture to represent the new owner's tastes versus my own. And the last item on my list, number 3, I am going to install a full solar panel system on the roof. Well, there it is. That's my list. Wow. After talking about it out loud, it really does seem a little daunting. I am fully aware that this is a huge challenge, but I am also fully aware of my current capabilities and my desire to learn and to grow. Some of this will most definitely be trial and error, but in the end, I know I'm going to be way more knowledgeable and ready to tackle the next challenge. I am so excited and kind of scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to share this journey with all of you, and if you're coming along for the ride, please consider subscribing so you get to see all the fun I'm going to be having. And please don't hesitate to comment if you have thoughts on where I should start, which as of right now, I'm thinking that starting with the cabinets left above the sofa is a fairly good idea. It's semi-easy, but slightly challenging. So I think that it will give me that kick that I need to keep going. Also, comment if you have some easy solutions for some of these things. I am all about learning from other people's mistakes, and I am always open to advice, tips, and tricks to make anything easier. So that's it for now. Until next time, I'll see you.